Chowder the Lost episode. Dead Mung. Wow. Way to give up your big plot twist right in the fucking title. So our sweeping epic tale of love, loss, and betrayal begins with our protagonist talking about his cousin who used to work at the Cartoon Network. Said he used to produce shows like Chowder and Flapjack with the help of 2 Filipino girls. You know, that doesn't sound like he's making kid shows. Okay, so he gives the protagonist a script and tape of one of his episodes called Dead Mung. So naturally, the protagonist brushes off the title as a morbid joke, and then gets really damn excited about watching the episode. So when he watches the tape, he says he becomes dumbfounded and describes it as being normal, except that the intro cut to black immediately afterwards. The usual sounds can't be heard either. Instead, a low growl was heard for what the protagonist describes as an eternity. Yeah, so like, 5 seconds or something. Oh, and he says it wasn't regular growling, but angry growling. There's another type of growling? I didn't know that! I'll have to practice my happy growl. And then the screen said Dead Mung in really fancy text on a blood-red background. Already cashing in on the blood cliché, huh? Nice. So Chowder is trying to cook some shit, but he keeps dropping the base. Dropping the plates, or some shit like that. So he burns whatever he's making, and Mung comes in, and I will read this word for word for you guys. You son of a burger, what the heck are you trying to do here? Kill me? I'd like to see you try. At that exact moment, he gouges Mung's eyes out. Oh, and let's not forget, blood began pouring profusely from his eyes. You know, I'm glad the author added that detail about the blood. I wouldn't have known what to think if he hadn't said that. Then he shoves Mung into the oven and burns the poor fucker to death. Then he pulls him out, like with his bare hands or something. He could have used a lava mitt, it's only $3.99, and begins disemboweling him with a knife that he whipped out of his ass. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to clean something before you cook it, but I'm not the expert here. So a random guy shows up and Chowder throws the knife into the fucker's eye. He probably just wanted a froggy apple crumple thumpkin. The author seems to have an obsession with eye-related injuries as well. This is just my observation. So then Truffle shows up and starts eating Mung along with Chowder. Wow, this is escalating quickly. Chowder stares at the screen with a demonic expression for about 3 minutes, again, with the cliché of exact time measurement. I would be more inclined to believe this pasta and others like it if they didn't include the time it takes for someone to gaze at the fucking screen. He then screamed like a, and I'm quoting the pasta directly here again, a banshee chipmunk being tortured alive, and then the screen went to black. That escalated so fast you could hear my faith in this pasta going away with it. The text appeared and said, "The End," against a river of blood with 5 unholy creatures that were hard to see in the back. Well, if they were hard to see, how did you know they were unholy? It could have been the fucking gingerbread man and his family or some shit like that for all I know. Anyway, protagonist finds out his cousin murdered a bunch of kids a week later and is going to prison. Yeah, that just happened. So when he visits him in prison, he tries to get him to say what the episode was about, but he wouldn't answer. I would be much more concerned about the fact that your cousin committed mass murder instead of what a weird episode of a TV show meant. But then again, I've never watched the episode, so maybe it is that disturbing. Okay, so it's over. For those of you who did not die of sheer stupidity, please mind the gap and tip your waitresses on the way out, and I'll see you next time.